Hey, Natasha, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
32.
All right. What's your question, comment, or concern?
Um, my question is basically I am not well, this is basically a statement first. I'm not looking for a high value man. Um, I just never been picky. I've
Get my
never
likes up, people. What are you looking for?
I'm just looking for someone that makes me happy and I can make them happy. Um
It's called a canine or a feline. Which one do you want?
um
People take work. Buy a dog.
I know I mean
I'm gonna ask you
I
some
said
questions. You have any
yeah,
children?
yes I do.
How
Yes
many?
I do. I have two little girls.
Both by the same man?
Yes.
How long were you guys together?
Probably about 3 years.
Why didn't you guys get married?
Um, he wants to be with me. But it was very toxic. It just didn't work out.
What?
I was really young.
What?
I was really young.
No.
When
Why
I met
didn't
him.
you get married?
Why didn't
He wanted to marry you, but you had his babies, but you didn't want to marry him.
Yes, because of
Uh huh.
how he treated me.
Oh,
Um,
you mean before he shot up the club and you had his babies?
right,
Hmm.
right.
See, I find it funny that you want to be with somebody that's going to be so nice to you, make you happy, you make them happy, that you let a guy impregnate you twice and he wants to marry you, be at you running out the door.
Well, he doesn't, and that's the thing. I don't want to be with him because he doesn't make me happy. He did.
See,
He did.
listen. You ready?
Wow.
Ready? How old are you
Yeah,
again?
Make you happy.
32.
I don't give a shit if you're happy. You're a mama twice. The world does not need to suffer you. You decided to lay down and have one, two different children. Happiness ain't on the menu at the restaurant you eating at. Duty, responsibility, and honor are. The man wants to be with you. Be happy after you do your duty.
So you're saying
I said
it?
exactly what I'm saying. French toast your happiness. Make a family with the man you made babies with.
It's
Happy?
like it's
Happy?
like
Now, before she cries, understand them. She said the man wants to marry her.
I just it's like I listen to you. I watch you all the time, and I think about it all the time. Like, should I just stay with him? Should I just at this point? It's like I just have to settle because,
You have to do what?
like you,
Settle?
yeah, because at this point, like you said, I watch you all the time, so I know you're saying like you're 32, you have two children. It's like it's over for you. You know, I hear you say that all the time.
Settle
It's
for
like
the man you decided to have. You made a conscious decision to have two children with the man. So let's play it the opposite way, shall we? For all my critics and detractors are going to say, she's about to cry. He's saying, okay, let's play it the opposite way. 54% of black men are single and childless, 61% in the middle class. You're looking for a stepfather. 30% of men are already married. 16% of men are responsible for 80% of the children. So you'd be looking for a man in that 54%, a stepfather, a man with no children. Why should a man who is childless come take on another man's two daughters?
well, I've
Listen,
always
two
stated.
daughters, right?
Mhm.
Right,
I
and
mean,
and that father wants to be with you. The father of his children wants to be with you, so that man is going to have some feelings. Do you understand the situation that a man would be stepping into? He'd be going into a situation with two children who are females, with an active father who still wants to be with the mother of the children. Do you want to have any more children?
I really don't, and that's the what
Thank
I was
you.
going to
The
say.
man doesn't
What I
even
was
get
going
any
to
kids.
no, I was going to what I was going to say. I don't, but if I find someone that makes me happy, I don't mind having
Make your
more
damn self
children.
happy, ma'am. Happiness is not. Hear me and hear me well, ladies. My critics and detractors. It is not a man's job to make you happy. It is not a husband's job to make you happy. That is a lie from the pit of hell, and I
I
rebuke it. It is
rebuke.
not our job. That is not our job description. It is our job to protect, provide, prophesy, teach. It is not our job to make you happy. You want to be happy? Eat a chocolate chip cookie, watch a movie, uh, pet a puppy. It is not our job to make you happy.
So what are y'all's
I
jobs?
just told you protection, provision.
But that makes you happy. Protection. That makes me happy. That
No, happiness comes from within.
yeah, that too.
This is why y'all need to stop having babies because that's the problem. You had kids, and now it is forever going to change how you come into the marketplace. It reduces your sexual marketplace value, and it is difficult, if not impossible, to go out and expect a man to come and be a husband to you, a stepfather to two children, have to get out here and fight the world and turn around and make you happy. What in the hell are you bringing to that man to overcome all of that he can't get from a single childless woman?
And what if I want to be with a man
See,
that
you're
already
answering a
has
question with the
children?
question is disingenuous, class. How does that work? They never want to answer the question that's difficult. They want to either go past it or answer a question with a question. Please answer my question. What are you bringing to a single childless man that he cannot get from a woman who is single and childless?
I'm bringing me. I'm bringing. I mean, I can have more kids.
What can you
I'm
bring to
30.
a man that he wants that you haven't already given to another man?
But what if he loves me? Like, what if he
See,
wants?
here we go again, class. Here we go again, class. When you don't answer a question or when you answer a question with a question, it is disingenuous and bad faith. I'm going to teach this one way or another. You refuse to answer the hard question because the answer is nothing. What do you have to give to a man that he wants that you have not already given to another man?
I can be submissive. I can be cooperative.
You've not been submissive and cooperative with another man? See, this is what it means to overvalue yourself. The answer is I don't have anything to give to a man that he wants that I have not already given to another man. You've given the most
Right.
valuable thing you can ever give to a man, your womb.
Right.
So, ma'am, when I say it's over, it's because you've chosen.
Mm-hmm.
Take your prize and go home.
Okay.
Why should a man overlook a single childless woman who he can start his own family with, who can focus on him solely? Your man would never get you alone. Everything would have to be, you guys go out to eat dinner, it's going to be four. Every place you live, you got to have room enough for two kids. There is never a single version of you. This is what having kids outside of wedlock does, and we need to show this more often so when you ladies choose to do this, you understand everything you're signing up for. And at the end of the day, for the people who think I'm being harsh, remember her child's father wants to be with her. she doesn't want to be with him because he doesn't make her happy.
But it's because he is unfaithful.
And you, okay, you want to go down that path? I'll go down that path with you. You want to go down that path? How many times have you cheated on him?
Never cheated on him.
Uh-huh. How many male friends do you have?
I don't have any male friends.
You on social media?
Yes, I have a social media.
Uh-huh. So if you turned your smartphone and your inboxes all over to him, there'd be no problem.
There'll be
All
no
your
problem.
media. Okay.
There'll be no problem. I don't.
He
I
cheats.
have.
And when's the last time he cheated?
He cheated.
Mm-hmm.
Around the time when I had my babies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How'd you
But
find
we
out?
were never.
How'd you find out about it? How'd you find out about it?
Well, I found out about it by women calling my phone
No, no,
and.
no, no, no. I want to be clear. The woman he was having sex with called your phone.
Yes, multiple women were calling my
Okay.
phone.
Why?
They were calling me, telling me that he was cheating, that they were pregnant as well. You know.
No, I don't.
Oh,
So you're saying you're dealing with a man who was dealing with women who was just calling you up saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, your baby daddy, he got me pregnant too."
mm-hmm.
That's why 16% of that's why 80% of our kids come from 16% of men. Man, I hate to be. I'm gonna be honest. That's what you sign up for.
Yeah.
And I want you to understand. I'm coming at it from the single and childless 54% of men. I want you to hear how this would sound to them. Yeah, give me that job. Let me go. I want that job. I want to sign up for her and all that drama and all that trauma. Did he cheat on you after you had your first child?
Yes.
Then why'd you have a second? Mm. Yep, you signed up for it.
And so you're saying
I'm saying,
stay
ma'am,
with
did you
him,
not?
but
Did
you're
you
saying
not?
stay with him.
Did he? Did you not though? Before, so I'm saying, did you not? Did he? He showed you who he was, and you laid down and made another one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well,
And now I
enjoy.
want to get out of the situation. I don't want
Okay,
to
well, get
be in
out of
this.
it, but stay by yourself.
So
Don't
if I
visit
get
this.
out of the situation, I don't
You
be
get
with
no
him.
other man.
I'm okay.
You get no other man. You can have sex, but you don't get a husband. I'm gonna just
What
be
if I?
real. You can have sex, don't get a husband. Don't get no relationship. Not with no man that's worth nothing. A
Mm.
man that's worth nothing ain't gonna be involved in all this. Be like, what the hell? Because see, you don't get any better than your baby daddy. So your baby daddy, if you weren't gonna marry your baby daddy, you don't get to go up in value with age and use. You don't get to go up in value with reduced sexual marketplace value. That's why my critics and detractors don't like me because I keep telling the truth and be consistent. You don't get to all of a sudden get Prince Charming after you've been fucking around with a toad. That's what you got. Because that
But
man has to listen, because the new man has to look and say, wait a minute, I'm an upgrade from this joker. He got 2 kids, and you don't even want to have no babies. Unless he makes you happy. And you're 30 what? 30 what? One, two?
32.
Right, right. You're almost a geriatric pregnancy anyway. Let's be real. You don't want to have no more babies because you got your hands full. So this man don't even get his own kids. He got to take care of 2 kids from a toad and deal with all this toad mess. And I haven't even asked this question. How tall are you?
Ooh. Okay. I am 5'6".
Dress size?
Dress size 12.
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
I weigh 198.
And you know, just like I know. See?
But I'm not looking for a high value
Doesn't
man.
matter, man. See this, and I want to go back to the young lady who was 29 years old. Remember, young lady, when I said your competition, y'all all think that average black men need to settle for overweight women. No.
I'm working on it. I'm doing my Pilates, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing
Ma'am, ma'am,
I'm
ma'am,
finna start
ma'am,
doing my
ma'am,
plant
ma'am,
based
ma'am, 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 ma'am,
nutrition.
ma'am, 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 ma'am. You picked your baby daddy.
Be with my baby daddy, okay.
You picked your baby. He's not your husband. He's your baby daddy. You picked him. And I hope you understand, as an advocate for men, why I don't think it would be fair to ask a single childless man to come in here into such a chaotic situation with a woman who has nothing new to offer him, who's not even, you know, what you would say, I'm working on it. So it's not even that target. Doesn't get any kids out of the deal. I'm struggling. You may be a perfectly nice and lovely person, but there has to be a value proposition for a man to take on such liability and risk. What are you bringing to the proverbial table that outshines all the other women who have fewer liabilities and fewer risks? You have to be able to articulate that and show that in a demonstrable way. And it can't just be, I'm me. That ain't good enough. You don't go into a job interview for a job that's paying $150,000 and say, I'm me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And say to my critics and detractors, this is the outcome of telling women you can have it all. You need to be happy. If the problem was infidelity, then you guys need to figure something out. If he were not cheating, could you be together?
Yes.
All right. Then y'all need to work that out. Because I'm not a fan of men cheating sloppily in particular. If he's going to do something as reckless as that, then he needs to make sure, one, he's not putting the family at jeopardy. Two, not bringing home any outside kids or diseases, not putting the family at risk, and not embarrassing you in person, in public or in private. That's what
Yeah.
I believe. Have you told him, if you get this together, we could be together, but if you don't, we can't?
Yes, I have told him this plenty of
Okay.
times. I told him like
Right.
stuff gotta go. You gotta, and then you have to get yourself together.
All right, and you did, and
Um,
I gotta ask you. This may sting, but did you tell him that after you had the first child, before you had the second?
I told him this after my
The
second
second.
child.
All right.
Yes, I told him this after my second child,
Have you guys
and
ever sat down and had any couples counseling?
no, we never have.
Then you need to try that. Because
I need to.
I don't think what you're asking for is unreasonable. I think you have far better chance of having a happier life if you get this fixed than trying to
Yeah,
go make something with somebody else who is not going. I'm concerned that the guy would not be getting the best deal for him. See, people may
I
not like my approach, but man, life is about a negotiation. You tell him, look, we can be together if this happens. Get it under control. Blah 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 blah. And I'm Mrs. and you Mister, Miss whatever, and Mister So and So. But then he also needs to hear something from a man like myself saying, man, if you're going to do something as reckless as cheating, you need to have some rules with it. Because you cannot be bringing home babies, diseases, put the family at risk, outside kids, and you can't be embarrassing your woman in person or in private, in public or in private. That's what Big Mom and Big Daddy had. They had rules, they had conversations, they didn't leave. That's what makes family. You work through the stuff. You don't just try to start build. Imagine if you started building a house, right? And you find a lot, and
Mhm.
then you bring all the materials, and then you pour the concrete for the foundation. Then you start
Mhm.
building. Then it rains. You don't go to find another lot to start all over. You dry it out and you continue to build. But in the black community, we got a bunch of partially built houses trying to make a neighborhood and community. No, the houses that survive the the stuff like you guys had are the stronger for it after you really truly resolve the issue. I think it's far more reasonable. Just think about it. Suggest a path forward with him, couples counseling, put some ground rules out in public because I'm quite sure the girls will like her daddy home and y'all will probably be better off together. Because you really don't want, and let me also say this, you don't want a strange man around your daughters.
I don't. I don't.
I know. Does your child's father have any other children?
Yes, he does. He has two other children.
Are they in the same city?
Yes.
Uh, uh, all right, let me ask you this hard question. Are they around your daughters? Are they around your kids' age?
Yes, they are.
Okay. My father had a lot of kids, but you know what
Yes,
he
his
married?
his
My,
his
mo- but my
father.
but my father.
And guys, before we proceed with the rest of the video, I just want to quickly chip in with something small. I remind and encourage you to keep checking the Godfather's channel on YouTube. He has so much amazing videos there. Videos that talks about the male self-improvement, videos that exposes feminists and their arguing points, videos that teaches you about the married woman's mindset, videos that teaches you how to navigate your way around females and male self-improvement, most importantly, because for you to be able to deal with women and have leverage, you gotta be the best version of yourself. So I think it's one of the key components or one of the biggest benefit that you can get from watching his video. So keep checking it out. Now let's talk about this lady. Along the line in the video, she was crying, and most people are going to have certain level of sympathy towards this lady. Seems to me like she's a good person, but I think she's not someone that can stand strong and make decision for herself. Because I think whatever she's talking about, saying her baby daddy or her baby father is someone that is cheating around, and I think maybe there are certain friends somewhere that are putting pressure on her to break up with the guy because that's not something that she should tolerate. But hearing the reality that the options are not that good out there, I think that is the reason why she was crying. Not because maybe she was crying just because she left the man, but she was just crying because she realized that she fucked up and there are no good options that are out there. That is one thing that I pretty much observed in the conversation and when she was crying. It's women that are mounting pressure on her. You are really going to accept a man that is cheating on you or something. In the first place, a man is not responsible to your happiness. That's one thing most women don't get, and men don't owe women monogamy. Men only owe women protection and provision. So, if you come along saying that a man is going out exercising his options, and for that reason you are not happy at all, that's on you. Because that's not the basic contract between a man and a woman when it comes to relationship. The basic contract between every man and every woman since time immemorial is a man will give you resources and protection and you are going to give him exclusive access to your body. So for you, your body is part of the contract. But when it comes to men, their sexuality is not part of the contract. So worrying yourself because a man is going out there to exercise his option is just stupid, and that is just on you. You are going to leave this man out there and more than likely going out there to be a side chick to another married woman, because this is what most married women typically do. They will leave their husbands and then they will go out there and be a side chick to another woman's husband, which is crazy to me. Guys, let's continue with the content, but remember, keep checking his videos. Kevin Samuels on YouTube, he has so much amazing videos that talks about the male self-improvement, debunking feminists and their lies, and everything that you just need to know about dealing with women. So keep checking it out. Let's continue.
Also married the woman who had most of his kids. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I know how this kind of goes. You would rather be the mother to marry some dude to marry him than because you know you feel some kind of way if you marry one of the mother of him. I know that. I mean, yeah, I know the language I'm speaking. It sounds weird, but trust me, I've seen mothers. I've seen it. I've lived it. And they stayed married till he died. And they stayed married for the rest of their life. So
I think it's with me. It's just like an embarrassment thing, you know. Like,
That's what I
okay,
said. No embarrassment in public or private. That's
I
why I
think it's
said it.
like, okay, you getting back with this. You know, they said like people, you getting back with
Well,
this guy and he did this and
uh-huh.
he cheated on
You mean
you.
your
And
single child? You mean your single friend who ain't married? Yeah, that's right.
no, no, they are. My friend,
Look, ma'am. I've seen this. Yes, you're getting back with my. I'm getting back with my child's father. We're making ourselves a family. Yeah, that's right. What you got to say about it? And if they got a problem, then you cut those friends. They ain't friends if they get coming at you with that. Single women keep women. These women have something to say. You said they're married.
yes, like a lot of my. That's the reason why I feel
Oh,
like
okay,
there's hope for me because my friends
but
they've had outside children and they're married to a
okay,
man
all right,
that
all right. Play that game if you want to. You can do it. You can try it. 1 in 4 black women will marry in their lifetime. And I don't know if you watch my content, you will start to hear the men. Men are not rushing to be stepfathers. Simple, plain. They're not rushing to be stepfathers. And you believe there's hope. Okay, well, if that's the case, then take all the money out your 401k, your Fidelity investments, and everything else. Fly your ass out to Vegas and bet it all on 27 black on the roulette wheel. There's hope. You could win. You made the babies, man. So I'm gonna stick by what I said. I mean, but you can get to do what you want to. But I don't want to see a single childless man out there dealing with this mess. A man with all these kids. No, 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 no,
so
no.
should I just only date men with children?
God, do what you want. That's what I mean. And this is when you women become like children. Can it, mom? Can I do whatever the hell you want? Because you are destined for. You want punishment. You want pain. Keep it up. Go ahead, do what you want to do. Go ahead, date men with children. Ride the cock carousel. Be used and abused by men who will tell you they want whatever after they have hit it for a few months, then they gone. Keep doing that. Keep recycling the Johnsons until your daughters get to be about, pubescent age. Then keep bringing these men around your kids. Yeah, go ahead and do that. That makes more sense. Yeah, go ahead, ride the cock carousel for the next 10 years. Start bringing these men around your prepubescent daughters. Yeah, that makes much more sense. What am I talking about? Yeah, it could happen. It could happen. Sure,
I
it
mean,
could.
my kid's father, he's an awesome father. Like,
this ain't. I've said everything I could say. You made babies with him. You chose him. I don't want to see. I tell you right now, honestly, I don't want to see a single childless man with you. I want to see him have a chance to build his own family. This is not a good deal for other men. Now remember, everybody, her child's father wants to be with her. She don't want to have no more babies. This is all
I
downside.
will. Yes, I
No,
will.
no, you don't want to have no more
I
babies.
will have more babies.
One baby, 1 out of 2. Get the hell out of here.
And guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. More respect on the legend, the Godfather. May he so rest in peace and may his name stay alive forever. Guys, keep checking his videos on YouTube. He has so much amazing videos. Videos that talk the male self-improvement. Videos that teaches you how to navigate your way around modern women. Videos that teaches you the modern woman's mindset. Videos that debunks feminist and feminist ideas and all those things. So I think if you want a content that is going to add value to your life, I think watching his video is just the best thing that you can do to yourself. You are going to get value for whatever time you spent watching his video. I mean, he's that good. So keep checking it. Now, let's talk about this lady. I said it before that maybe it was because some other colleague females were pressuring her into leaving this guy because the guy was leaving, and you have to just see that it's just out of ego. They'll tell you, you really accept a guy that is cheating on you, so they'll feed into your ego so that you react and you end up crying on the social media platform that is being watched by thousands, if not millions of people, just like this. A man exercises his option I mean, it doesn't make him a bad person. That is him exercising based of his nature. This is how many times are we going to say these things before modern women will understand it? This is a man's nature, is part of our biology. Most men having the option, having money and resources, they are more than likely going to exercise those options. That's just the truth. So if you are having a guy that might not have sex behind you or something, we will say congratulations, but that's not the norm of men. Most men having the options, they are more than likely going to do it. But this guy is not doing it the right way for the fact that he's able to come around home or come around his woman with this type of women. I mean, the fact that they are able to reach out to this lady, I don't know whether or not it's true that the women actually reach out to her or something. But if that is what he's doing, then I think he's a terrible cheater. And some of us, we can defend some crappy things of that sort. But ultimately, what I'll say is do not leave a guy just because he's cheating. You have to find a way to settle it because most men out there are typically going to have sex with other women, especially when they have money and all those things. But women typically fail to understand these things. We are already having two babies, and now she came in. Oh, I don't want a high volume. The reality is you can't get a high volume right now because you've already reproduced and you are aged. You are around 32, so that means you are old enough or something. And you know, most men are not navigating towards women that are in their 30s and women that has kids. So I think that hit her really hard, and that was the reason why she was crying in the video. Somewhere in the video she was crying, and most of you saw it. So divorcing your husband and going out there to be a side chick to another married man is stupid. Why not just be that chick that is going to be at home and let others be the side chicks? But she was also saying her friends that are giving her that advice are married. One thing you gotta understand is telling us that this man is having sex with other women, it means he's high value. So if they are married to other guys and those guys are not up to the level of your guy that you are dating, they are going to give you advice that will make you break up with your guy so that you be equals because they know that that guy being attached to you, it makes you more valuable or your level have shoot to different level that they are not equal to you. So they are looking for ways to make you single or to make you lose that guy so that they'll not see you superior to themselves. Guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. More respect on the legend, the Godfather. May may he so rest in peace and may
Are you ready to do the work? Let's go ahead and get this person in because he keeps popping in. So you must have something you really want to talk about.
Hello?
Yes. You've been trying to get on.
Hey, yes. So, my question more so is like,
First
I
off,
feel like I've
introduce
been
yourself.
developing.
First off, introduce yourself. Tell me how old you are and where you're calling from.
Okay, sir. So, my name is Joseph. I'm from Virginia Beach. Went to school in DC. Um, Graduated last year.
And how old are you?
24.
Okay.
And so, just to kind of go into it, so I believe I've been working on my soft skills, kind of trying to develop them a little bit better. I've been in corporate environments, but in terms of I'm kind of transitioning to a new job. So I've been finding that different like soft skills are more accepted or have to be more like worked on at different jobs, kind of, and just in
I don't
order
understand what
to
you. Okay,
get a
you're
better.
24 years old. You say you've been working on your soft skills. Okay, I'm going to tell you, they
Yeah.
need much more work.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just going to be honest, because you've been trying to get on, which is cool. But the first thing you do when
Okay.
you get into a place, you need to introduce yourself.
Okay.
I mean, when I told you to introduce yourself, see, a lot of times you young guys think the world knows you. You mute the YouTube channel and stuff in the background. Get off Bluetooth, get off speakerphone. Now, you say you've been working on your soft skills, right?
Yes.
Did you graduate from college? Yes?
Yes.
What's your degree in?
Economics.
Okay. How have you been working your soft skills?
Just I've been utilizing like LinkedIn Learning, I'm trying to go out, just talk to
Okay,
people
so
more.
you have not hired a coach.
No,
Okay. Why?
just
Be honest. I'm cheap.
guess
I'm cheap.
yeah, I guess
I'm cheap.
so that
I mean, do you want to pay for a coach?
I'm willing to.
No,
I mean,
no,
I
no, no,
paid
no,
for
no, no. I said, do you want to?
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
because when I talk to guys who are people who are in college, see, college is an expense, and you're willing to put that expense to because you think the outcome's going to be there. You're going to make more money, have a better job, so you're willing to pay for that. So you're willing to pay for that learning for a different outcome. But this you have not paid for. You're trying to do it the free way, and it's not working. How are you supposed to get better with soft skills with inanimate objects like books and videos? That makes sense?
yeah, that makes sense.
So,
That makes
where do you work?
I work for I'm a federal contractor.
Okay, so are you in an office with a lot of people?
Yes,
How many
Yep.
people?
probably 100,
100.
150.
So, and probably half of those people are women.
Yes,
All right.
probably a little bit more.
So if I asked some of the women in the office uh, about you, or if I asked people in the office about you, would they know you? Would they say nice things about you?
Yeah, I think so. I would say so.
Let me rephrase that question. If I said off the record, would they say nice things about you? Tell me off the record what
Yes.
kind of guy this guy is. So my suggestion, number one, is going to be number one. There's some basic conversational stuff that a lot of millennials and zennials don't get because you spend so much time online or on texting anything. Um, Even just our conversation is just choppy. There's no real rhythm to it. So you're supposed to say something,
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to soak it in.
but you're in a conversation. You gotta be
Yeah.
present. Supposed to say something right
Okay.
there too.
Yeah. I mean, I've been working on it. Right now, I'm just trying to kind of take in everything that you're saying. And to be honest with you, this not even trying to make an excuse, but just
How's your romantic
Conversing
how's
on
your conversing on the phone should be no different than in person. Do you have a girlfriend?
I don't.
Have you ever had a girlfriend?
Yes.
How long ago?
About a year ago,
How long did that last?
2 years.
Were you guys sexually active?
Yes.
Okay, 24 years ago, 24 years old, you had a girlfriend about a year ago. Do you have sex on a pretty regular basis after the relationship?
Yes.
Do you make that happen? I mean, you go out, you see a woman, she's attractive, you step to her, introduce yourself, get her number, chat her up, so take her out. What,
Yeah.
do you do that?
Yes, I do. So I have no problem. Like I don't have a problem in that area. To be honest with you, my whole thing is, and this is what I've been trying to work on for the last few years, trying to convert those types of skills, the soft skills needed for those types of things, into specifically like the career and the workforce. And
I'll tell you one thing you're gonna need to work with a coach because I'll just take you at your word, but I'm not seeing the transition because generally guys who are sexually successful with women who can make that happen don't struggle to talk to men. It's much harder, usually harder to talk to women than men. Now I understand in the hookup culture, you guys sex happens but far more often these days, women are making it happen. If I had more time, I would ask more questions, and I'll be really shocked if it's what you're trying to say it is. But coaching is what it's going to take. Last couple of questions. How much are you making?
make 60.
What'd you say?
60.
60?
60K.
60,000?
Yeah, 60K.
Okay. What are you doing with the phone, bro? Hello?
It is going in and out. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm fine. Got full.
Yeah, I make $60K.
$60,000.
Yeah.
And what did you make last year?
50.
What's the top end in your position? At your job title?
I'm a financial analyst. The top end would be more so like 75, I believe.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you this, coaching, interpersonal communications. Let me go ahead and put my thing in the chat room. I do one-on-one interpersonal communication training, but I would say there's more to it than this. Communications coaching, soft skills. It's just more than talking. It's more than speaking. There's whatever you're doing with the microphone. I don't know what's going on over there. Body language, eye contact, things like that. Because I'll be honest with you, what I'm kind of getting from you, there's some stuff that's kind of missing here, but I can't really go through it much here. I got other people. But yeah, man, coaching, especially if you're making $60,000 a year, you better do it now. Don't wait until. And if nothing else, stop trying to do it for free. So let me just be honest. Stop trying to do it for free. Free does not work. See, anytime you're on top or you're winning and you decide to slow down, there's usually because there's something coming ahead that you don't want to deal with. There's a curve coming up, and your car does well straight, but you don't know how to corner. You can't drift. You can't do something. Well, the way I used to think back then, I'll wait. I'll figure it out. I'll analysis paralysis instead of speed into the corner. Learn, figure out. And one of the best things, one of my best friends, and he'll tell you, one of the best things I ever learned is to admit I don't know shit. One of the best things I ever learned through therapy is to admit I don't know a damn thing. You're good at this. I don't know how to do it. Teach me. Best practices, and trying and failing. See, a powerful man understands it's a long-term game, and it's not. You don't worry about failing in front of people who don't necessarily matter to your in-term success. Yeah, you fall. People are gonna laugh. Think about when I was a young boy and I played the cornet, 4th grade cornet. It was hell on my family and my neighbors. I sounded horrible. But when I went from cornet to second chair, third chair cornet, second chair cornet, first chair cornet, then I graduated to trumpet, but I had to go back to third chair trumpet instead of first chair cornet. Yeah. Second chair trumpet, first chair trumpet, drum major, jazz band. There was a time about 6 years later, my neighbors would come outside, pour a glass of wine, smoke their cigarettes, and wait to hear me play Dizzy Gillespie, Miles Davis, Herb Alpert. Just something. You have to have the patience to go through the pain. So a lot of us don't want to deal with the pain because we didn't learn how to deal with pain. This is where daddy not being there fucks up so many of us, because we got all this testosterone and we don't know how to deal with pain in a masculine way. So we end up bitching out. We end up dealing with pain in a feminine way because we was raised by our mamas. There's no shot at the mothers. But mothers cannot raise sons effectively to deal with male emotions. Emotions and testosterone are fucking dangerous. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a psychiatrist, and I was like, anyway. Pain has a purpose. But incorrectly channeled through the feminine emotions in a masculine frame leads to chaos and destruction. Because all it takes is that one bad decision, one wrong move, one wrong step, and you can have life-altering choices. This is why training is so important. Discipline is so important. Power is not a boy's game. It's a man's pursuit. Power in all things. Power at all times. The game of power is something that men worldwide approve. We understand, and black men in particular, this is what we must start doing. Our women are in power. Understand something. Power only accedes to a demand. You want power? Power must be taken. It's not given. First thing in our community is we can talk about the bonnets and the slippers and all this other stuff until we actually are working together and take the power position in our own community. No other race of men has to take us serious. So yeah, while we sit around and talk about Big Shirley and all this other stuff, yeah. One way to actually combat this stuff is become the group of men we need to be, and we determine what's acceptable for them, and then they have a choice. If they want to be on our plan, they want to be on our, they want to be on the winning team. They want to be where this is. They gotta decide to do what? Drop the weight, check the attitude, put the bonnet up, all the stuff we've been asking. Get power. Then you can start making demands. I don't expect black women to give us anything. They shouldn't. We have to take it. Because if we get every other power, you have to fight for power amongst them. Well, how are we going to fight our women and the world? Yes. But you want me to tell you no? Cry me a river. Fuck you. There's no crying in baseball. Oh man, that's fucked up, man. The Monahan report and the civil rights movement. Yep, you right. You know me. I'm on your side, but I ain't never been nobody to tell me to get to the back of the bus. I've never really feared a lynching. I mean, come on, man. I am the number one advocate, but I'm more of an advocate for men taking power. And the first thing you must master is yourself. If you cannot master you, you can call yourself a high value man, an alpha male, a select guy. You can call yourself Rumpelstiltskin, is all I care. But you can't lead nobody if they don't choose to follow you. You can pound your chest and say you alpha, 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 alpha. But if they're not following you, what are you gonna do? Sign language them? Oh, you should follow me because I'm an alpha. Look at how strong I am. Look at how deep my voice is. Look at my beard. Look at my tattoos. Look at this. Look at that. No. Alphas don't have to walk around saying I'm alpha. Grandfather with a fourth grade education. You've all heard this before. If you got to say I'm a man in my own house, you've already lost. If you got to go ahead and tell people you're an alpha, what? Power. 3 male archetypes. And I'm going to open up the call lines. 3 male archetypes. And this is where I'm about to really go in the black male community. Stop being stupid. 3 male archetypes: refined, rakish, and rogue. Refined, I fall into the refined category. Much more of a sophisticated gentleman. Martinis, that kind of stuff. Don Draper, Mad Men, that's a refined kind of style personality. Rakish, think of Johnny Depp. Think of Johnny Depp. Think of actually Tony Stark in Iron Man. Robert Downey's Tony Stark. He's much more of the rake. And then the rogue. The rogue, think Han Solo, Harrison Ford. Much more of a swashbuckling personality. Refined, rakish, and rogue. I've talked about this. And the more direct translation to the black community will be the pretty boy, the bad boy, and the roughneck. The pretty boy, the bad boy, and the roughneck. Problem is, in our community, we have made it to where only one personality is considered to be above all the others. We've made it to where the rogue, the roughneck. We made it to where the roughneck is the only thing we'll accept. Because see, the bad boy can still have a suit on. The rogue doesn't wear a suit. We made it to where we only accept, we have one-dimensional masculinity in the black community. This is why people continue to call a man like myself gay. When every other community, I'm just called a producer. The concept of calling a man gay because he actually cares about his appearance, is learned, and does the work day in and day out, we minimize it because you've been told that the only masculinity in that's valid is the roughneck. And this is I'm gonna say in Generation X, this is where we dropped the ball. We seeded the ground to gangster rap and hip hop. We went to college and X-Clan and Public Enemy were in. And we seeded the ground to this gangster rap hip hop, the thugification of black America, to where you got to be street or hood to be a man. Except that don't run no business, that doesn't run any businesses. The rogues of any group doesn't build like the bad boy, the pretty boy. The rogue of any group does not build like the refined and the rake. Now, why is every other group, they don't fight between those three? But in our group, it's constant infighting because we got this only one can be right. Some people call it the Highlander or the Jesus thing. All I'm saying, and if you as a black man cannot get over this bullshit, or if you're not alpha unless you're a roughneck, get out of here. Get out of here. Because one of the main things we do with ourselves is we limit ourselves by our own image. Just Google search black man. Just Google search black man. See what pops up. Then Google search white man. Google search Chinese man, Mexican man, Pakistani man. Just Google and see what images pop up. Now the funny thing is, back in the 50s and 60s, we embraced all three. We had the rogue, the rake, and the refined. We had the pretty boy, the bad boy, and the roughneck. We had all of those. But when you allow somebody to take away things and we define ourselves by one thing, they are limiting your power options. That means you can only one run play. And all they got to do is shut that play down. The NFL used to be a running league for the longest until people start learning how to pass and run and then throw passes to backs coming to running backs are coming out of the backfield. Now the NFL, we went from a running league to the West Coast offense, changed the game. So gentlemen, I don't care if 80% of us are born out of wedlock. I don't care about institutionalized this or whatever. Every group has its challenges. Prejudice is a human condition. Some sort of ism is a human condition. The trick is to make yourself powerful enough to where it doesn't affect you. In this country, it starts first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the women. And I've already said it in this country, but for us, it has to start here and here. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe it still is all the women, and I can hear it already. It don't matter what we do, the women are still gonna be out of control, and okay. But I would tell you this way: I would rather be on this side fighting that battle than broke. I'd rather be on this side fighting that battle than in a position of powerlessness. I would rather be on this side and it's on the trying something different instead of just throwing your hands up and saying, well, it's bigger than me. It's bigger than all of us. Everything that's ever been done has been